Hello and welcome to the very first episode of The Church. Who are we and what are we supposed to be doing? In order to get a handle on that, we're going to go all the way back to the beginning, but we're going to approach this with one little bit of information a week. This is only going to be 5 to 10 minutes with some stuff for you to think about. And I'm going to start with a man named Bardaisan, and I may be mispronouncing his name. He's really a Persian, and I don't speak Persian. Bardaisan lived in the city of Edessa, which was really in the borderland between the Roman Empire to the west and the Persian Empire to the east. Bardaisan lived from about the year 154 to the year 222. He is the first Syriac Christian theologian. Bardaisan wrote during his lifetime, so approaching the year 200. He wrote about the laws of the countries that were around him. He wrote about Rome, and he wrote about what we would call the Persian kingdom. He wrote about barbarians to the south and to the north. But then he said, but we, speaking of himself and his sisters and brothers in Christ, he said, we don't necessarily follow any of these laws of the peoples or countries because we follow the way of Christ. And he has a very clear notion that to be one of the people of Jesus means they live a particular way of life that's different in important respects from the life of the people around them, from the life of the other people in their city. They live in a way that causes them to think differently, to perceive things differently, and to feel differently. Sisters and brothers in Christ, that still is the case, but we have lost a handle on that truth, that reality. We have come to be blended in with Western society until we almost think that to be a Christian just means to be an American or to be a Westerner. So to understand what we mean by the term God, to understand the practices and ways of being Christian, to understand what it is to be the church, beginning next week, we are going to the very beginning, and a drop at a time, we are going to tease out the threads of the church. Who are we? And what are we really supposed to be doing? Thanks for joining me.